So this is a 2010 F650GS twin. And although my previous F650GS single served me well as an off-road bike, I found it really less than inspiring while riding on pavement. So I had to really think hard about what type of riding I wanted to do. And after my attempt at the WABDR, which is the backcountry discovery route, I decided that the real technical off-road riding stuff isn't for me, at least for now. I'm happy to ride gravel and dirt roads, but when it gets really bad and gnarly and rocky and rutty, that's not where I want to be. And also, I want to be able to tour longer distances without losing any of the ability to get off-road when I want to. So I was specifically looking for a dual sport, and I knew it was going to be a BMW, but wasn't really sure which one, either the 650 twin or the 800. For the record, I looked at and eliminated the 1200GS, which was too big, the Tenere, which was really top heavy, the KTM, which was too tall, could not even reach the ground, and the V-Strom, which is, pardon me for saying, but it's just too ugly. Sorry guys that own the V-Strom, it's just not for me. So the new F50 or F650GS twin really felt right for me. It's got a good seat height, it's got great fuel range, 2 cylinders with 70 plus horsepower, making it better for street riding. It's got ABS, heated grips, an onboard computer, and it's really well priced. It's priced thousands below the 800. And so that brings me to why this F650GS instead of the 800GS. I mean, they both share the same engine. It's just the 650 has been detuned a little bit. It's at 71 horsepower versus the 85 on the 800. But that's fine for me. So the pros of the 800, it's got a bigger windscreen, but I can get like an aftermarket one, so that's not really a big deal. It comes with a skid plate. Again, it's plastic and it would need to be replaced anyway. It's got dual disc brakes. I've been doing fine with just one, so that's not really a big deal for me. And it's got a little bit beefier looking body work, and it's got alloy handlebars versus the steel ones on the 650. But I mean, I don't even notice it, so that's not a big deal. It's got better ground clearance, but then that results in a higher seat height, and I have very limited choices about what I can ride because of my inseam. It's got wired wheels and a bigger front wheel. It's 21 inches instead of 19, which is on the 650, which is better, they say, for off-road riding. But you know what? I have not had a single issue with riding my former single F650GS, and it's got 19 inches for a front wheel, so it's that's not a big deal for me. And again, I haven't heard anybody having issues taking their bike off-road either. So the pros of the 650, the thing that did it for me was the tubeless tires. I mean, I just was really afraid of getting a flat, and it would be a bear to take the wheel off and fix it on my own. I had all the tools for it, but it's just not something I was looking forward to. And just hoping that didn't happen. But the new 650 twin comes with cast wheels and tubeless tires for it's just a quick plug and go. So that's that. It's like I said, way cheaper, and the seat height fit me. So that's the pros of both bikes. So on the ride, what did I think of it? So my first impressions, well, it's really torquey, and the clutch releases way out at the end of the lever travel, and that took some getting used to. The the engine pulls really well from low revs, but it can be jerky, if it's not timed right with RPMs. So that was kind of weird. It's kind of buzzy at highway speeds. I'm not used to that. You can certainly feel the vibration. It's not like real bad, but you can certainly feel the vibration. And I'm not sure whether that's because they installed these bar risers, or if it's some other issue, or it's just the way the bike is. So I'm not really sure. Taking corners is pretty effortless. And let me say that the bike came with the Continental Attacks, which are primarily street tires. So they obviously will perform better than the 50/50 tires I was using previously, which is 50 street, 50 off-road. So I guess the right tires for the right surface will make any bike perform better. But again, this to me is really nice, and it flows right through the corner. So I like it a lot. I think something that's really kind of weird and annoying is the brake reservoir. It bounces around a lot. I don't know why they don't affix it to something that's more stable, but it just bounces, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. But nonetheless, it's not a big deal. And there's this thing I had to get used to. There's this weird BMW design with the turn signal indicators, which is on separate switches. So you've got your left turn indicator on the left side of the bike and the right indicator on the right side of the bike, and the cancel trigger is on the right. So, and it's at a really awkward angle. But here's a tip. Here's a little secret. The bike has self-canceling turn signals, so you don't really have to worry about it. It shuts off within, it times out, and it also depends on how far you've gone, but it self-cancels, so problem solved. And I really, really like that a lot. So standing on the pegs, so the bar risers are at a good enough height. Maybe an inch back and up would make it perfect, but then I would need a longer brake cable. So that's just me personally. For anybody else, that it might be fine, but for me, it would be better if it was just a tad back and a tad up. But for now, it works as is. The pegs need to be changed out because they don't provide a wide enough platform for standing long comfortably. It's fine right now, but definitely looking to switch it out. And let's see, fuel economy. I did 300 miles on a tank of gas, which is pretty good. That's about 70 miles per gallon. That was going through the mountains at about 50, 60 miles per hour. I noticed that anything above 65 and the miles per gallon really drops dramatically. It's around 45 to 50. So it likes to be kind of under 65 in order to get you that good fuel mileage. What else? The onboard computer is really informative. I really like that. That's something new for me. Shows the average fuel consumption history, what you've been riding at, as well as what you're currently doing. It's got the temperature and the range that's left until it hits empty. And that's kind of about it. It's still kind of new. I've put in about a little over 1,000 miles on it, so I kind of felt it out a little bit. These tires are not designed for off-road, so I really have not taken it off-road. I don't even want to try taking it off-road. But I'll let you know after I take it out. But I'm sure it's going to be just fantastic because a lot of folks in my group have the same bike and they've taken it off, and no problem whatsoever. But for now, this is my new toy, and it should be my last one for a while now. I just found out there's going to be a penalty if I sell and buy more than 4 bikes within a 12-month period, and I think this is kind of my 5th bike. I don't know, within a year. So this has to be it for now. Otherwise, they're going to penalize me like $1,000 per bike. So that's going to be terrible if that happens. But anyway, hope you like the bike. I certainly do, and more adventures to come. Thanks.